Hi everyone, welcome to my 13-week pregnancy update. I am filming this from Croatia. I thought this was going to be a lovely video in the sun, but it's not, it's raining, and every time I've tried to film it's been raining, so yeah. This is my view right now. Not what we was expecting, but anyway, I'm going to do this quickly before we head home. I'm past the 12-week mark, yes! And I know the risk of miscarriage is just significantly reduced. Now I'm past the 12 weeks, so I've got rain dropping on my face. Let me step back. But in terms of the baby is about 7.5 centimetres and the size of like a kiwi or a small egg. Its lungs are developing, but obviously all its oxygen is still going to come from the umbilical cord. And if you saw my 12-week update, we did have the Down screening test, the Down syndrome screening. But obviously as I've been away this week, I don't know whether I've had the results of that back in the post yet. So hopefully they will be there when I get home, and then I can show you what the results of that was in my 14-week update. In terms of how I've been feeling, in all honesty, I felt pretty low this week and seriously tearful. Like, I know I'm on holiday, but I can't tell you how many times I've cried. And I don't know if it's my hormones or what, but I think I was really worried about coming away. I know I'm with my family, but the thought of getting in a swimming costume was just, oh, I just did not feel good about myself. And I've got a hen do abroad at the end of the month, and I've just been dreading it. Like, and I know I'm pregnant. My mum keeps going, like, you're pregnant, Jen. Like, you're allowed to look a bit bigger and stuff. But you know, when you go through that, it's that phase where you just don't look pregnant and you just feel like you look a bit fat, and that's how I felt. And before I come away, I went to the shopping centre and I was trying to get a few like little bits just to make me feel comfortable. And do you know what? I come home in tears. I don't know what it is about shopping centre changing rooms, but they make you feel awful about yourself. And where I went thinking, oh yeah, I feel okay, like I'm pregnant, I went in them changing rooms and I literally came home with nothing and cried the whole way home because I just felt so awful about myself, which is crazy because I know I'm pregnant, I know my body's changing, but I forgot how I felt during this stage when I was pregnant with my first son Ralph. And until you start to pop a little bit, you just feel, yeah, it's that stage, and it just makes you feel really like down. And yeah, so I've been through that this week. I think the hardest thing is that although I don't feel like I'd popped, I just felt like I looked like I'd put on a bit of weight, and I had a bit of a belly, but I wouldn't say it looked like a pregnant belly to start with. And I don't know what it is, but when you're pregnant, everyone just seems to feel like they can say, oh, look at you look like you're getting big, and oh, you sure there's not twins in there? And to start with, like, you just think, no, it's a joke. And honestly, I probably felt the same, but when you keep hearing it, it does get you down a little bit, and it just made me feel like a little bit self-conscious. And yeah, I don't know what it is with being pregnant. It gives everyone this free will to sort of be able to call you fat. Yeah, so I've been through that, but on the positive, I decided not to try and squeeze into my existing swimwear, and I bought a maternity swimsuit, which sounds a bit crazy because I am only 13 weeks and obviously I had a lot of room in it, but you know what, it just fits so much better and I felt so much more confident in it. So I'm so glad I did that. And actually, since I've been away, I feel like I've actually popped a little bit, and people are actually, like people that I've met out here, they're actually going, oh, you're pregnant. And I feel like people are noticing it now, and I don't just feel a little bit fat. So I feel like I've come through the other side, and I'm feeling a lot more like positive about it. And I think when people notice that you're pregnant, you go, oh, okay, that's good. Like, they don't just think I'm a little bit fat now. So yeah, feeling a lot better about it. The sun started to come out now. It's typical, the day we go home and the sun comes out. But I think the only other thing I'd say I've been feeling is I'm totally irrational. I'm stressed and I just don't feel myself. I feel like I'm not being the person I normally am. I feel like I've got a really short fuse, and yeah, I just feel like I've lost my patience a little bit with Ralph, and maybe, I don't know, it's just all these emotions, and then I'm feeling guilty for being the way that I'm being, and then that's making me more tearful. And yeah, I'm in a bit of a a rut at the minute, so I'm hoping this is just a phase. But yeah, I know I'm doing things and I'm getting really stressed out about things that I wouldn't normally stress out about, so just highly emotional. But you know what, Craig's being great, and he's just telling me the things that I need to hear, and he's kind of putting me back on track and giving me a cuddle when I need it. And yeah, so in terms of cravings, I'm still loving fruit, especially when it's been in the fridge so it's lovely and cold, which is probably why I'm loving like really cold drinks, anything with ice cubes in. And I never ever drink fizzy drinks. I just normally don't like them, but I've drunk quite a few glasses of Coca-Cola this holiday, which is just so unlike me. But I don't know if that's just because we're away and I just fancy something different, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like I've just had a few things that I wouldn't normally have, and where I've normally got a sweet tooth, and although I have had chocolate this holiday and sweets, like I feel like I'm going for the crisps more, like I'm after more savoury things. But the other thing I'm doing, I am missing alcohol. Now, when I was pregnant with Ralph, I did not miss it at all. I really didn't even want it. And I don't know if it's just because I'm on holiday and everyone around me is drinking, and obviously it's that sort of atmosphere. I'm like, oh, I really wish I could just have a glass of wine or a Prosecco. And I know they say sometimes a small one is fine, but I just think I would feel way too guilty at the moment. And especially having a miscarriage before, if anything else happened, I would always just blame myself. So I can't bring myself to do that at the moment. So I have stuck to the water all holiday, and obviously just a glass of Coke to treat myself. But yeah, I am missing it this time round. So before we lost all the sun this holiday, I did take a couple of little videos when I was around the pool in my swimwear so that you can see my baby bump. And as you can see, I've popped a little bit now. I'm looking a bit more pregnant, and it's just making me feel a lot more comfortable in my changing body. I feel proud of my little bump now, and the fact that the baby is growing. So there you go, that is my week. I hope this hasn't been a bit of a downer video, but I just feel like I need to be honest and share how I'm feeling, because this is how this week has gone, and hopefully the next one will be a bit happier and I'll be out of this like emotional phase. But thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all soon.